Welcome to our webcast. Are you ready for managed detection and response? I'm Michael Rosen, Bitdefender's Director of Technical Marketing. With me today is Jason Wolford, Senior Product Manager for Bitdefender's new Managed Detection and Response service. Today's topic involves security maturity, the alignment of an organization's cybersecurity goals with its ability to respond to the complex challenges posed by the modern threatscape. The challenges facing businesses today cut across all industry verticals and governmental levels. Sophisticated threats that once impacted only top-tier organizations have now filtered down to the mid-market as well. Externally, can you defend against ransomware with its awful choice of paying up, losing access, or publicly exposing your files? Remote access Trojans, which allow complete machine takeover by attackers? Keystroke loggers that steal user credentials and allow attackers to masquerade as employees? Insider threats, where users misappropriate access and information for their own purposes? Active intrusions, where attackers are resident on your network and freely moving around? And email takeover, where CEOs and CFOs are impersonated, causing havoc and financial losses. Internally, can you keep pace with false positives, which consume your security team's cycles, reduce morale, and may lead to alert fatigue, where alerts simply get ignored, turned off, or just not followed up? Then there's downtime resulting from compromised systems and networks, and re-imaging PCs that have been infected by malware, disabled, or knocked off the network. Can you select the best defensive tools and train your users to use them productively? And can you recruit and retain qualified cybersecurity personnel in an era of frequent staff turnover? Organizations should ask themselves, what do you want your cybersecurity program to achieve, and how can you get there? Let's consider some common security goals. You'll likely strive to keep assets and infrastructure safe. Maybe you want to chase down every alert and anomaly, especially the more serious ones. Perhaps you want to build a world-class security team and develop defensive capabilities across all areas of cybersecurity. Finally, any business would likely strive to keep their security costs steady and predictable. Regardless of their size, businesses across industries need to consider how they will fill these gaps. The alert gap: too many low-quality alerts, lacking time or staff to respond, and lack of prioritization. The expertise gap: rapid staff turnover, training ramp-up delays, and lack of specialized security skills. The outcome gap, where you can't provide timely security information to leadership, can't demonstrate compliance to regulators or auditors, and don't know if you're protected against a new attack or vulnerability. The complexity gap, having too many tools and the inability to use them together or to their fullest, and too rapid a pace of change in the internal environment or the external threatscape. And finally, the maturity gap, where teams primarily spend their time reacting to events and are unable to proactively advance their security program, engaging in low-level tasks while higher-level projects linger on the shelf unaddressed. Where visibility is limited, reducing their ability to respond to sophisticated attacks from determined adversaries, and where awareness exists that the security problem is far larger and far more complex than their current ability to defend against the never-ending myriad of threats. Now we'll discuss aligning security capabilities with maturity. Whatever your organization's cybersecurity goals and objectives, do you have the ability to execute upon these priorities? Simply put, is your security program running in place or driving ahead? So what is security maturity? It represents a continuum of both awareness and capabilities on the part of organizations with a cybersecurity program of any kind. Cybersecurity awareness refers to an organization's vision and goals, whereas cybersecurity capabilities refer to an organization's practical ability to defend against increasingly sophisticated threats and skilled adversaries. And this is where managed detection and response comes in. MDR can help you improve your security maturity in two ways. If you want to execute more effectively at your current maturity level and achieve better security outcomes, outsource your basic security tasks to a team of cybersecurity professionals. And also, if you're striving to move your program up to the next levels of security maturity, managed detection and response can free your internal teams from the time-consuming routine hygiene and mundane security tasks to pursue higher-level strategic objectives. Bitdefender Managed Detection and Response delivers high-quality, reliable security outcomes backed by a state-of-the-art security operations center and a cross-disciplinary team of professionals with a mastery of skills in all areas of cybersecurity. MDR service capabilities include world-class endpoint detection and prevention, endpoint risk analytics to identify and rectify misconfigured endpoints, network traffic analytics for IoT and non-traditional endpoints and network devices, targeted attack analysis through malware sandboxing and reverse engineering analysis, cyber threat intelligence from Bitdefender Labs, backed by 500 million worldwide sensors, technical account management, pre-approved actions and escalations to keep your environment safe when incidents arise, real-time dashboards to present up-to-date situational awareness to management, guaranteed response through service level agreements, and live campaign updates for active intrusions until the attacker is evicted and the baseline restored. MDR delivers predictable costs with continuous capabilities improvement as the service evolves to meet the demands of the ever-changing THREATSCAPE. And now we continue our webcast with Jason Wolford, Bitdefender's Senior Product Manager for Managed Detection and Response.
I'm Jason Wolford, a Senior Product Manager at Bitdefender. Today I'm going to give you a bit of information on Managed Detection and Response services and how we at Bitdefender think about the value and delivery of that type of service. If you're watching this presentation, you are likely already aware that both the cost and frequency of cyber incidents and breaches continues to increase, even though the technology designed to stop them is consistently improving as well. To think of it in another way, the actual monetary risk of a cyber incident is about 3% of the next 5 years of revenue for the average organization. What we've learned in the current environment is that the efficacy of prevention methods is no longer sufficient to protect against a modern cyber attack. With that in mind, security organizations have started to focus on the desired outcomes of their programs, with concepts such as reducing dwell time, minimizing the impact of the business, and not interfering with standard workflows as major goals. This approach has led to the rise of managed detection and response services. Traditional MSSPs would manage your security stack, but still left the customer responsible for any and all actions that were needed to eradicate an adversary and effect changes to make sure that the method they used was closed off in the future. MDR services take a more proactive methodology to helping customers secure their business. By using a specific set of tooling, the MDR operations can more efficiently and effectively secure the environment than if they were using an extremely varied set of tools that may have already been in place. The Bitdefender MDR services use a combination of our award-winning prevention and detection technologies, as well as industry-leading back-end analytics and automation platforms. We want to make sure that our operations deliver the outcomes that a customer needs. So we create unique threat hunting packages based on information from our threat intelligence team and specific knowledge of the customer environment. In addition, in contrast to many of the other MDR offerings available in the market, we work with the customer to create a list of pre-approved actions that our team will take on their behalf. This allows us to remove the adversary from the customer environment as quickly as possible and keeps the customer focused on their business instead of taking time to understand how to deal with an attack. To put this in a workflow model, the Bitdefender MDR team uses world-class technology to prevent as many incidents as possible, allowing us to focus on detecting the advanced adversaries and threats that have significantly more business impact. We respond to those threats quickly, limiting the dwell time in the customer environment, and then reporting to the customer after the fact, detailing the threat and actions taken to remove the adversary. Real-time data is also available for easy-to-understand visibility into the operations. How do I know if MDR is right for me? Some key things to consider are lack of budget or expertise to build a full 24/7 security operation internally, the lack of a dedicated security leadership team that drives strategy and leads to maturity of your security organization. Also, if you don't have time to continually evaluate, deploy, and manage a full stack of security tools. You can find more information on the Bitdefender MDR services at www.bitdefender.com/manage-services. Thank you for your time.